And we are off
already, and it is not a sword start. You can actually tell this by if he has a sword.
Just our first of many big 20s in Link's chest here. So if anybody watching this has not watched one of these randomizer races before, this is Link to the Past, released for the Super Nintendo in 1991. The goal is going to be the same as a vanilla game. Get 7 crystals, go to Ganon's tower, kill Aghanim there, and then kill Ganon at the pyramid. The rub is that all the item locations are going to be randomized. You can find boots in Skull Woods, you can find Fire Rod in Ice Palace. You can see here that we got 3 crystals in the Light World, it looks like.
And that's another thing that's randomized, is the 3 crystals in Light World, and that is Kena Samaria. One of the more interesting, unique starts. Creates a block that you can place down, and when you press the item button again, it shoots out 4 quaddirectional, essentially laser. Deals fighter sword damage, so I like to call it the fighter bow when you start it in escape.
And that's a very interesting standard drop off of enemies, getting a fairy.
Yeah, early, so that's on the guards. That's one of the more common pools in the game, shared with pokies, oddly enough. Prize packs being essentially a group of, there are I think 4 or 5 groups of enemies in the game. They are grouped up and they share a drop pool, and they'll just keep incrementing that drop pool. Every time you kill an enemy, it has a 50% chance of dropping an item. If you dash through an enemy, if you kill an enemy with a dash, it does not increment the drop pool, which is an oddity used in the No Major Glitches speedrun to hopefully get a fairy later on in the run in Turtle Rock when you can actually use that fairy.
We saw Makinx already get a bomb. That's going to be very important later on here in Escape, here in probably about 3 minutes for each of these racers. There's going to be a bombable wall that has 3 chests behind it. If you do not get that bomb by the time you get there, you have to wait until you either have power gloves to come back or go through the back half of Escape again. And I think Zelda and I have both commentated on a race where that has genuinely put a runner very far behind by missing that.
Yeah, it is a thing that can happen. Pretty unfortunate. I believe, yeah, I think I know exactly what race you're talking about, where that did cost a runner significantly. But that's not going to happen today. Even if they have to do Aghanim and do some weird stuff before they ever go back to Escape, they'll know what to do. These guys know this game really, really well. TGH especially, being one of the top 20 runners for the No Major Glitches category.
See, Makinx is doing 2 pots here for the Ball and Chain guard. TGH is not going to have that luxury, missing a couple of his throws on the green guard, using some Mario straps there.
I know lately TGH has actually not been playing that much randomizer, so we may see a little bit of rust here and there in some of his decisions. He has been fiending that Celeste bug, which a lot of people thought.
That's a very good game. Notice something here too. It looks like we both have we have red crystals on both Eastern and Desert.
Yep.
That's really interesting. That those are 2 relatively easy dungeons to clear out. You don't need a ton of items for them. Getting the red crystals, crystals 5 and 6, opens up the bomb shop to let you get the bomb or lets you get the bomb to open up Pyramid Fairy.
Okay, we're going to see what is going to be in the back here. So, interestingly enough, when we were talking about prize pets earlier, if they didn't find a bomb by killing a bunch of guards, the rats, bats, and little critters in the sewers are part of a different prize pack. So that gives you another chance.
Yeah, the only rub there is like you need to save a little bit of magic for that last rat with the key. If you run out of magic, you'll have to take an intentional death just to restart with your magic bar refilled. Looks like that's not going to be a problem, as mini magic drops are part of these prize packs for these enemies. Getting a full heart container out of that cross room chest. That's pretty good. You don't want to be too low on hearts very early on in the game, especially if you get early Dark World access. Those enemies can hurt you very much if you're using green mail with low hearts.
Oh, something died on his Samaria block that was just chilling in the darkness over there. It's kind of funny. The Samaria block can only exist on screen. The moment it hits left screen, it ceases to exist in any form, doing damage or compressing blocks. That's something to actually keep in mind. And there's our lamp in the back there. That's an interesting little thing to find. Early lamp can sometimes point towards Adenum, just because it is what locks the most amount of items in the game, which is why it is around 25% of the time required.
Yeah, there are basically two directions the game can go at Light World. You're wanting one of two sets of 3 items. One is the Moon Pearl, Hammer, and Lift Upgrade, or 2 Lift Upgrades without the Hammer. The other is Master Sword, a Cape, Lamp. Those are pointing you in 2 different directions, and you generally don't want to go the second direction, which means Aghanim.
Well, as it really doesn't matter. The only time where Aghanim really, I think, causes a major problem is when you do it and your opponent doesn't. Say you skipped one out of the way item, they didn't, and it turns out that was the required item. Both runners are going to check Lumberjack Cave here, it looks like. This also allows them to check the tree poles for bombs, money, arrows. Arrows less important, so that's the tier 4 tree pole. Tree poles are a low mechanic in the game. Based on how many enemies you've killed and if you've taken damage or not, you can affect what gets pulled out of the tree there. As well as this little guy, he's not affected by kills. He will just drop an item, and you have to chase him around for them. It's called the Horde Crab.
You're getting the best music in the game, the Lost Woods music. I really love this, and we're going to see 2 items here. I'm thinking about not picking up that heart piece, but he decides to go back and grab it. Makin getting enough rupees here to get through the bottle vendor. There's still some rupee pickups in Kakariko, but
oh, no extra bombs here. So TGH got 1, but Makin is going to have to go and buy some extra bombs, which is going to cut into his money, which could cause a problem if TGH... it really depends. It's very unlikely they won't find extra money in the village, and if he does not find any extra money, that actually might be a good thing. It probably means that we got a lot of items, so... Yeah, we're already seeing that money is freely available. We'll see if TGH is able to get any bombs. There's Half Magic. Very good.
Half Magic's a great item to get, especially when you got a can of Samaria early. If you get a Fire Rod early, it's probably one of your better of the safety items you can pick up. Got Bombos in the back of the tavern, and then speaking of, there's the Fire Rod in the Chicken Hut. That'll be one of their best weapons for this early part of the game.
So yeah, TGH's gonna have to get these bombs too. And there's the Power Gloves. That's a good find. And the Moon Pearl. So we are just 1 item away from Dark World access. And yeah, it looks like our next best location might actually be Death Mountain soon. If we find the mirror or the hook shot.
Yeah, as of right now, they only have 2 items that's actually accessible in Death Mountain. But
Fire Rod.
Yep.
I forgot about that one. That is, Doesn't actually, when you already have the lamp, doesn't actually open up that much, other than Skullwoods itself.
It's just without a sword and without much else in terms of damage-dealing items, that Fire Rod will come in really handy.
Okay. There's Makin's second item there. Or second medallion. Let's see if we can find anything here in these last 2 village locations. This is a pretty long village. Oh, hey, look, there's the hook shot. Wow.
Boots are going to be required this seed.
Well, we do have somebody who knows how to hover. TGH is quite good at it, being a proficient NMG runner. Hovering saves a little bit of time. It's one of those like techniques that you learn once you get down into the really, really low times to kind of save like 6 seconds here, 2 seconds there, a second here. You don't actually get to skip the hook shot in the speed run, but in Randomizer you can. So we'll have to see where the pendants are. It's very likely that might not be required. At least for one of our runners. I don't know about Makinx. Makinx is also very good. He may actually know how to hover, but I'm unconfirmed on that one.
You'll almost definitely see TGH hover during this race. That is basically using the boots to traverse across gaps that you normally would have to hookshot across, or you normally wouldn't be able to cross at all. Essentially, imagine performing a frame-perfect trick like 29 times in a row, and that is hovering.
You can actually type in exclamation mark hovering if you want a quick exclamation. There's actually a very useful bot called Helpasaur in chat, and you can answer quite a lot of questions. Or exclamation mark hover. Very useful bot. You can actually get that added to your chat somehow. Don't remember how to do that. I think you have to ask in the NMG Discord.
We are heading into Mini Moldworm Cave here, using Fire Rod and Samaria strats in here. Fire Rod, what a great item.
Yeah, Fire Rod with half magic, probably one of the best items, probably one of the best weapons in the game. Safe, kills lots of things very quickly, and for the things that it doesn't kill, you usually have the hammer or a sword, so very, very few items that... Oh, hey, Atka. Yeah. And we have our 3 medallions. That was a lot of things in that cave, wow. Lots of information. So we have access to Turtle Rock and Mire. Well, we have their medallions, which can be a bit puzzle. It feels like either seeds give you all the medallions, or don't give you the medallions you need. You don't really get much out of that.
Yeah, there's very few places that medallions can't be. Basically, the medallion that you use to enter Misery Mire can't be in Misery Mire, and the medallion you use to enter Turtle Rock can't be in Turtle Rock. Any of the others can be literally anywhere else in the game.
Ooh, taking a death.
Jeez.
These guys here, the crabs, are very dangerous. They deal 2 hearts of damage. They are basically meant to deter you from the ice rod in the vanilla game after Seshela tells you to go get it. They're basically a challenge for your casualness. Crabs are OP.
They generally move a little bit faster than a lot of other enemies in the game as well, and yeah, they're rough. You don't really want to go up against them with 5 hearts and green mail very much. If you actually talk to Sasharashla there, he will actually tell you where the green pendant is. Looks like the back of his hut only has rupees and a heart piece.
Yeah, see, they don't even have a sword though, so that is still not on the table. You do need at least a level 1 sword to be able to get to Advent, so that's what they are looking for right now. They may have to go to Death Mountain to get it. We will know soon.
Again, both of these racers are 4-0. We're in Swiss brackets. We're on week 5. You need 5 wins to advance to the full tournament. One of these racers will advance, and one of these racers will taste defeat for the first time this tournament.
Yeah, and that racer will have to win at least 1 match in the remaining 2 Swiss weeks. Program and note that the week 6, due to a few events in the speedrun community, as well as Memorial Day, Mother's Day, and such, there will be an extension on that week. It will be 6. It will be an additional week, so the matches will be more spread out over the next 2 weeks than you are used to.
Looks like we got our first item out of Eastern, and it is just a big 20. 2 more items in this dungeon. We still really haven't seen too much variance from our runners here. Eastern's a pretty easy check. They can get up to 3 items here. After this, they'll probably go to Death Mountain. They may check Agina's Cave. Zora is not off the table yet either, but they do need rupees for that. They can actually access those down here in Eastern Palace. There's a great place to farm rupees.
Well, it's not a farm. It actually only gives 90. Once you leave one of those blue rupee rooms, the rupees are gone forever. They despawn, and they will never respawn. And if you don't collect them all, then they're gone. So it's an interesting, weird oddity in this game, are those secret blue rupee rooms. But there's 4 of them in the game.
And you got Eastern, you got Palace of Darkness, the U Room, you got Misery Mire, and you got Houlihan Room. And there's the big key in the vanilla location. It means there's got to be something in this chest over here. It could be the map. I think they've already grabbed the compass. And it's the hammer. That is very big. It gives them a short-range weapon, does the same damage as a tempered sword, but more importantly, it gives them access to Dark World.
Yep, without having to do Advenum. No sword, though. I mean, that was kind of becoming obvious. And with their current items, they pretty much have access to most of it. They're going to need another glove or the hook shot, or that hook shot, to get access to East Dark World. Oh no, never mind. No, they have access to all of Dark World. And no, it is a crystal, so that hook shot is required. Absolutely.
Looks like we had crystals on Turtle Rock, Thieves Town, and Ice Palace. Leave us the green crystal on Ice Palace, or green pendant. And we are seeing Hype Cave here for the first time this race, 19 minutes in. Let's see what we get in here. Silver arrows.
Wow, just right off the bat, just giving us the silvers. That's already a great cave. I am thoroughly happy with this cave already. And there's a sword. Wow, great cave. 10 out of 10. Expectations much high, apparently, for these caves nowadays. Even that heart is like, wow, we did a heart. We actually need that heart. Very, very good.
I mean, they still got green mail, and like TGH is at 7 hearts. A lot of these Dark World enemies will do a lot of damage to them.
Yep. 2 for most of them, and then 1 or 2 of them will deal 3 if you decide to give them a hug. Even those harmless, like looking jellyfish tentacle monsters hit you for 2.
Now we're going to see what's on the pyramid here. Here's our first really big piece of divergence. Makin is heading over towards west side Dark World. TGH is going to go to east side. Now Makin just getting a big piece of heart from Stumpy. TGH is going to go check Catfish, it looks like. We are in our digging game. Upwards of 30 digs required here. It could be anything here, basically. It's 300 rupees after 6 digs.
That's not bad. I'd take that. Gets your money back. Gives you such money. TJ just checked in a check that not a lot of people end up doing. This gets a lot of people.
Yeah, there's really no good time to route this in unless you're routing it in with Zora and the waterfall checks. But he can't really do either of them at the moment either, so we'll see what pops up here.
And just a piece of heart, so that's gonna kind of feel bad. TJ is pretty thorough when it comes to his routing, so he checks these out of the way locations that some people will skip. It's just kind of one of his styles.
Makin is going to go check out Dark World Kakariko. I believe TGH is probably on his way over there as well. He may loop up to Death Mountain, but I doubt it.
Going Dark World. Yeah, now with the items that they have, they can do Skull Woods, and it looks like Makin is going straight for Skull Woods. Gonna get his first crystal as soon as he can. Now that Pendant Thieves Town, that is a very large question that we have right now.
It's 4 items in Thieves Town. It's the dungeon that requires the least amount of items to actually fully clear out in Dark World. You usually find something there, but with it being a pendant, not even a green pendant at that. That's a tough call. Looks like we've only found 1 item so far here in Skull Woods, and it's just been 10 arrows. We'll see what TGH gets here in the statue room. And just big heart container, so no progression in Skull Woods. They probably will still finish it out just to get their pendant. But Mothula with Remel and 8 hearts is still pretty tough. They do have the Fire Rod with half magic, so, and with the skill level with these 2 racers, it should be fine. TGH in probably my least favorite room of the game. I'll run out of magic there way too often. Now Makin forgetting he has the red cane.
TGH sneaking in. Oh yeah, doesn't need to do this.
It's probably a good 10 to 15 seconds he just lost there.
TGH now pulling out the hammer. I was wondering how long it was going to take him. Hammer is annoying. The hitbox is small, and Moth deals 2 hearts of damage, so you have to be very careful. He is paying very close attention to where his sprite is and where Mothula is, and he gets them. Just 4 hammer hits, but
very impressive.
Now again, it looks like TGH is ahead, but TGH just rushed to the back and did some of the chests. This is a pretty normal thing to do in this dungeon. Very good fight though, again by TGH. That's how you handle it. It becomes more of a bullet hell than you'd expect. So in a bullet hell scenario, what you want to do is actually focus on your body. If you've ever had a hard time with bullet hell genres, that is the trick, by the way. And just another key. Doesn't look like Skullwood's had anything for us today from any of the chests.
No, it's just it was 10 arrows and a big piece of heart. Looks like both racers taking a intentional death at the same time. Giving you those full magic decanters are also just good drops to get in this area. You got Fire Rod stress here from Makin, and very quick Mothula kill for him as well. And there's TGH's other item, so he'll be on his way out.
Yep. Finding nothing but a crystal here, but that's still pretty nice to find.
Gotta get 6 more of them.
And getting your first one at 27 minutes, nothing to chuckle at.
Oh, and there is Mirror on the top of Bumper Cave. That's a good find. You do not need hookshot to pass that little ledge there. The sign outside will actually tell you that. All you have to do is just hug the wall, and you'll be able to walk right past it. And TGH picking up the mirror, and now's as good a time as any to go over and check those, check that cemetery ledge. I don't think he's going to be doing that though.
No, he probably is. He's just taking. Oh no, he's going straight to the town. Probably wanting to combo it with boots, knowing that hookshot is boots locked is probably making his brain think that boots are going to be somewhat early. So no reason to just go over there for one item. Much more that you can do down here.
Makin running into one of those terrible Dark World enemies, the little pterodactyl guys. Do 2 hearts of damage and will just keep following you. They don't eventually fly away like the crows do.
Another interesting thing, right now they've had Death Mountain thanks to that mirror. Pretty much all of it. All of the Light World.
Dude,
hey, there's the flippers. Hey, Swamp Palace. Wow, and Makin is, speaking of, Makin is going straight there. And TGH is checking Pendant Thieves, which is a good option. A lot of people will check the first 4 and then make their decision based on how many items they find.
Just some bombs. That's one of the 4 items in this dungeon.
Oh, and 300 rupees.
"30 minutes in, we already have chat asking what items can be on pedestal that we might need."
It doesn't, honestly. None? None. Ice Rod, but... yeah, that's about it. No, that's it. It's just Ice Rod. Oh, wait, no. I'm reading it wrong. Whoops. I'm reading it the opposite way. Sorry, chat. TGH abandoned in Thieves Town.
Oh, and there's the boots in the Abominable Hut.
Wow.
TGH is
wow.
Here.
That's... oh no. For Makinx. That hookshot's huge, actually.
And those boots being right there where you can now just mirror over and pick up that hookshot in the bookshelf. That's big.
So we have access to Swamp Palace completely right now. I would be very shocked if that is not where TGH is going right now. That is a huge, like, blinking light in your face. But you just got the flippers, the mirror, and the hookshot. It's gonna be Swamp Palace.
I think it's going to take some time to dig here. You won't be spending too much time, maybe 2 more digs. Makin is on his way to Moldworm. Usually checking the South of Grove Cave. Not finding much there, just a heart piece.
Yep. And Mirror Beacon, I think he's got a mirror bond, isn't he? No, he's good. He's good, never mind. Yeah, so he's got a bunch of chests to check on his way to Swamp Palace, but again, it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be there. Oh,
good
Henry, saving put in. What is his plan?
And that is crystal number 2 from Makin. Looks like TGH is going to head up to Bonk Rocks.
And then Death Mountain. This made sense. The density is a lot higher, and if by some stroke of luck everything else is up there, you really don't want to be that runner who full cleared Swamp Palace. So again, TGH goes for density. A lot of the top runners will just basically play to their outs. They will go where the most items are. And if Titan's Myths are up on Death Mountain, that is a lot of items. Even without Titan's Myths, it's still a lot of items.
Yeah, Makin coming up here, if he ends up not having access to Hookshot Cave, is actually going to be better for him to not have Titan's Myths up here. Titan's Myths is up here, then TGH gets full run of Death Mountain. So TGH doing a cool little trick there with the hook shot and the boots. If you use both of those on the same frame while you're touching a staircase or a ladder, you'll stay in that super speed state. You can't attack during it, but it does let you move around instead of dashing in a straight line. You can just move around like normally, just much faster.
It does actually also let you use your Y items. So your hammer, your hook shots, your bows. As long as you don't hit A, then you stay in that state. If you press dash again, it removes the state.
Still not finding too much for Mackin up here. We'll check this second mini Oldorm cave. Seeing a lot of red, 2 big rupees and a heart piece, another big red rupee, and another heart piece. Ugh, not a good play. I think Mackin is going to go check Spike Cave. And this is an easily missable location that a lot of runners won't check until much later. With half magic and a cape, it's no problem. See what we get in here. And a blue bottle. That's our first bottle of the game.
Oh, that could be progression.
It's like a usable fetch quest item. Sick kid that you normally get the bug net from in the vanilla game, he will give you his item as long as you just show him a bottle. That opens that up for Mackin, and hopefully we'll open up, he'll go check out the rest of Village of Outcasts while he's down that way. And TGH showing you how much better Spiral Cave is with the boots as opposed to no boots. Mackin's about to pick up his flippers here from the chest game. Good place to find those. He will soon have full access to Swamp as well. That's still a dungeon that's you really would much rather go mode, but that's got 6 items in it. And that's your most item-dense dungeon really out there.
And there, he's got his boots, trying to do his hook shot right away. I think that swamp was the right call. And that's where TGH is going right now. I'd be very shocked otherwise. Doesn't have the bow, so pod isn't really on the menu. Desert's not on the menu. Yeah, it's really just swamp, actually.
I think that's where TGH is on his way to right now. Okay, and we're gonna see if
and what TGH gets here. I think there's a few out of the way spots. Zora hasn't been checked. Something could be at Zora. Both runners will feel pretty behind. Something could be further back in Thieves Town.
Zora is a decent play right now. You do get 4 items up there. Waterfall Fairy is into effect. They do have flippers. I think Mackin would probably want to route Catfish in with that as well. That's what he'll most likely probably end up doing. TGH has already done Catfish, so that's out of the way for him. Looks like Mackin is going to back out of Thieves Town, same as TGH.
Yeah, so they're even on that end.
Now Mackin is going to do his north side overworld checks. Going to check Bonk Rocks, probably going to check Graveyard Cave. And probably loop over to Pyramid and Catfish and go over to Zora. Yeah, we really only need 2 items for go mode at this point. We just need the bow and the flute. Flute to get us down in the Misery Mire, and bow for Eastern Palace of Darkness and Gannis Tower. And Titans. Mac's going to go ahead and check out King's Tomb here, finding just the Fire Shield. Shield upgrade over at Graveyard Ledge.
Mac, I missed in the bonk a little bit. And nothing there.
TG is doing a full clear of Swamp over here. Doing it this early, you can't really blame him. There's the flute.
That's
so
huge.
It does pay off big for him.
Wow.
That not only gives him access to the mire area, but that also is just much better mobility around the overworld.
Yep. He actually, if you remember, he may still want to check Ice Rock Cave at some point. He did die on his way there.
He did. There won't be anything there for him, but yeah, that's a big find for him.
That means that if and when he does decide to go back and check that, it won't take him as long as it would have. So the death punishes him slightly less.
We're getting our first look at the Waterfall Fairy chest here. We're getting bombs and a single arrow.
Oh, well, nothing there.
We are 44 minutes in and still only with the fighter sword, but these racers are going to need to get a sword upgrade at some point. And there's the shovel. That could lead to something. Blue mail on the Zora ledge.
I doubt we'll see either of our runner grabbing that.
Looks like Mackin
Oh,
is going
never
to go ahead
mind.
and grab that.
I was about to... Wow, okay, fine. Yes, Mackin does want blue mail. It's not a long detour for something that does give you a bit of extra protection. So I totally see why he'd do it. Just feels bad that I feel it.
It looks like it's more of a yellow mail for Mac, and he's using the sprite for Link that changes the upcoming mails to his hat color. So when he finds red mail, it'll be more of a lavender mail. I always like that sprite a lot.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this fight, TGH is doing pretty slow, but he's getting through it. Doing a trick where you get to hit him multiple times with the fire rod. That happens because you're interrupting his animation popping back up into the sky.
And the big key on Argus. For the two bosses in the game that does not require the big key to kill. I didn't catch if TGH had all the other items. He may find his way back into Salt Palace at some point if he does not. And that will be immediately.
Okay, we'll see what's here. And it looks like Makinx is going to make this play now. And just 5 extra bombs. So we're going to go activate that flute. Probably going to mire right away. I wonder what TGH's doing. These towns open still. He'd have to go back there. Pod he could dip into. He is fluting away. He's gonna chip that ice rock cave they left behind. Oh, or Zora area, which makes more sense. That shovel could lead to something.
We'll be seeing Teach check the hobo here. And we got an ancient book on the island in Lake Helia. That could be useful if they need to check any of the tablets. They do not need it for desert access. And Hobo having 300 rupees. Don't know why he needs to live under a bridge with that. But he's probably just being frugal.
There isn't a lot of house space, it seems, in Hyrule. Many, many more guards than there are houses.
I think he is, he's just gonna go ahead and grab that, it looks like.
That book could be useful. The myths could be book locked. That'll be interesting.
The only place we know that mitts are not is Ice Palace, Misery Mire, Turtle Rock, or Pedestal. Mackin picking up his flute. He is going to go get his duck here soon. You're half right. Mackin picked up the blue mail, but TGH just not. He'll probably find another mail at some point.
Alternatively, he's very used to this game in Dream Mail, so...
Yeah, he's good enough that he doesn't need it. We're going to get our first look at Desert here. Only 2 items in Desert, but it is a crystal. It's also one of the 5/6 crystals, so kind of get a double bonus out of that. Oh, and there is the bow at Desert Palace. They just need a sword upgrade, and that is go mode for him.
Well, Titans, but yeah.
Oh,
we're
Titans,
very close.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, actually.
I keep forgetting we're nearly an hour in and not Titans. I just kind of assumed that we have them at this point.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. In this version stingy with the mitts. I've seen a few seats go almost an hour without any mitts. And, like, good, consistent, like, completion in the dungeon, too. Like, it's not like they weren't doing anything. I've seen people get, like, 5 crystals, not a single mitt. It's amazing how much you can do without the mitts in this game.
And that is one of the cool things about Randomizer, is that it kind of leads you into playing this game in ways that you never would have expected. Almost everybody watching this is familiar with Link to the Past and has played it and loved it. It is one of the greatest games of all time, and this Randomizer just changes it up in a way that is still very familiar, but it's almost like a brand new way of playing it. It reminds me a lot of like games like NetHack and Spelunky. Just fabulous work the guys have done. If you do want to play this, go to vt.alttp.run, and you'll be able to get all the info there.
Crystal number 3 for Makinx, while TGH is about to get his 4th.
We will be seeing Lemos here from TGH.
Yeah, Lemos is actually an annoying boss, but with the Fire Rod, it's pretty easy. With the right equipment, almost anything is easy.
That's one of the design choices I would like that they did in Link to the Past, is that your first 3 bosses in the light world, when you think, oh, this is the only world that's available to me, are just bigger versions of enemies you faced in Zelda 1 and Zelda 2. And then once you get to Dark World, all the bosses are just really cool new enemies that are variations on eyeballs, but really require you to think in different ways to kill them.
Oh, I never actually realized that. Yeah, you're right. Limolus, Armoses, and Moldarms are all enemy. Yeah, huh. I never noticed that. Mainly just I didn't play Zelda 1, but...
And we get Makinx getting his Warp Duck available.
TGH is fluting away. Where's he headed? Oh yeah, Pod and... Yeah, this is exactly where he should be. I'd be very shocked if we didn't find our Titans. And honestly, if we find Titans, he's in his go mode. He'll look for the last sword in GT if he has to. He's got silvers. That is more than enough. I've actually been seeing quite a few people be running low percent again lately. I don't know if TGH has done a low percent run in a while.
Oh, and Shovel led the dust.
Now, okay, so here's the unfortunate thing. If Makinx finds the Titan's Mitts opens up a lot more than the bow. And it opens up a lot of things that aren't useful. Or at least are crystals. So, if he finds Titan's Mitts early, that might deter him away from the bow for a while. In that desert. But we'll see. He may also go straight to Desert and Mire, so it's very interesting. I think this is a race, honestly, for the Titan's Mitts. Oh, 300 rupees. Okay, and TGH about to finish up Eastern. Just get that crystal real fast. It's also his 5-6. Oh, people pointing out Makinx doesn't actually know where Book is. I didn't even realize that. Huh. Surprised he didn't pass by it. I was sure he went there, but... Oh, Makinx is going to Pod and Eastern without the bow. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's not a good play from him. I mean, it's the most item-dense location that he can probably go, but he needs to go to Desert. TGH finishing up Eastern, he'll be heading right into Pod.
And I mean, the Titans Mitts have a really, really good possibility of being here. They're either here or in Thieves Town. And if they're in Thieves Town, neither runner is going to feel very good when picking them up. We'll see. What could save Makinx is a bow lock here.
Does Makin know the bottle glitch, though?
Oh, good point. He probably does. But whether or not
I can't imagine
it's useful to use. Oh, it is bow locked! Okay, well, we'll see. Man, remember back in the day when being bow locked mattered? No, I think he's... Oh, no, yeah, he's done! He's leaving. Okay. He realizes he doesn't want to check a bunch of things. I think he reconsidered. Also, yes, please do Eastern at least. The thing is here is that if he finds the Titans here, he would then at least know that, like, hey, I'm just looking for the bow, and I know where not to look for the bow.
I think he is on his way to Desert right now.
He needs to find the book. He needs to go back to Lake Hylia.
No. Yeah, he's got to get the book.
This is a very odd predicament. Alright, and you can't do Eastern. Thank you, chat.
It looks like he's going to go ahead and finish up Beefstown, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
TGH does have the Eastern Crystal and the Desert Palace Crystal. He can go ahead and check out the Pyramid Fairy as well.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if that's his next goal. Now, if Titan's Mitts, again, if Titan's Mitts are in quote-unquote vanilla, if they're in the vanilla dungeon, both runners are going to feel very far behind, possibly. At the very least, may feel worried. But again, for Makin, this is gonna lead him even further away from checking that Lake Hylia Island. So unoften does it have an item. It's not one of those locations I know a rough number off the top of my head, but I feel like it's not very high without saying anything definitive.
And TGH only needs one crystal left. He will probably... I don't know if he goes directly to Meyer or checks Pyramid Fairy.
Well, he can't go to Meyer. He needs the Titan's Mitts.
Oh,
Once
yeah.
he has Titan's Mitts, he just does Meyer and wins the game. Like, Titan's Mitts are the best go mode item, period. What? Wasn't he already back here?
He was.
Oh, he's keyless. He has to boots jump back up. Wow, he's keyless. He's actually locked out the front door, oddly enough. Huh. He did the boss first. I didn't even fully comprehend that. That's very strange. He found the big key so early and just decided to do the boss in case Elma dropped the boots. Or sorry, in case Elma dropped the item. He did not, so... Okay, vanilla? No.
Oh.
I was trying to be a witch there. That would have been cool. I mean, at this point, the chances of a sword being in GT is fairly high, although with how many items are left in the 3 pendants that are all Titans locked, odd enough, or no, 2 of them are Titans locked. With those 2 dungeons, finding a sword becomes a little bit less likely. But I think he's gonna check Hoodshot Cave if he's swordless going to after Meyer. I would be very shocked if he didn't. Okay, so no Titan's Mitts for Makin. So this may send him again. He's got to get to Lake Hylia Island, get that book, get to Desert to kind of get back with TGH on this pace. Still a few chests for TGH to check here. TGH needed a key first, which is why he didn't hammer jump right away. Oh, hey, look, there's a mushroom. Huh.
And the
hey, there's Titans! We are in go mode, everyone. He's probably still going to check he may check the dark maze here. 3 items that he's very, very close to. None of them can be small keys. So he's going to quickly check these chests for a sword. He's going to go and clear Meyer, probably not check too many chests there, and then go straight to Dark Death Mountain after that. Look for his sword there. The chances of there being no swords in Hoodshot Cave or in GT is so slim that this is go mode, essentially, for TGH.
And there are 3 sword upgrades left in the game. He just needs
3.
one of them.
3 sword upgrades left in the game. But yes,
That's what I said.
you said 4. I'm pretty sure you said 4. Either way, we're very, very close here. And again, with GT having 23 chests he can check, 27. No, there's 27 chests he can check for a sword. One of them statistically is the sword. On top of the 2 chests in the mire. Oh, he said 3? Oh, okay, thanks, guys. I heard 4. I'm very tired. Look, one other person. Sorry, Virtua Cat.
It's cool.
There was another guy who said he heard you say it too, right?
And,
so I'm not the only one.
TGH getting Ice Rod, not really necessary this race, but it's a nice little item to have. Fills out the tracker.
So, again, one of these 27 chests, that he's one of these like 29, 30. He's got like 35 chests that are on the way to Ganon. Now, saying that, it is still fully possible for all 3 swords to be in the 2 pendants. It's just extremely mathematically unlikely. Duke Firebird corrected me. There's 39 with Hookshot. Thanks for the quick maths. Dang, so many chests. I don't know if Duke is taking all the Mire chests into account. I consider Mire's just 2 chests. There's a lot of chests here, but only 2, you know, as it turns out. Yay, new logic. And Makinx got his book, so this is very good. He is gonna begin his bow shortly.
Oh, and here is why we call this guy
Hey,
TGH.
go! Oh, and this is super, like, go mode. Oh, he did it! He saved a lot of time, actually, with that. He saved a lot of running around.
Like, that's probably a couple, like a minute or 2 skip right there.
I wouldn't say it's that much. It's probably like, maybe. He probably saves 30 seconds-ish. Saves a lot of time. That was great. That is a hard hover, too. Like, most of the hovers used in the No Major Glitches speedrun and in the Major Glitches speedrun are, like, 2 to 5 tiles long. That is, like, lots of tiles. Yeah, the walk around there takes a while, but the time saved is a little bit less, because obviously the hovers are pretty slow.
We're going to be using these silver arrows on Vitreous here.
Yeah,
fantastic
very
work.
fast.
There is an HP system behind the scenes in Link to the Past, and these silver arrows do 100 HP worth of damage. Oh! Ouch!
I don't know what happened there. He, like, stuck an arrow in Vitreous, and Vitreous just kind of came after him.
If Vitreous was like most other bosses and had less than 100 hit points of damage, health, that one arrow would have killed him. But no, Vitreous is the only one that takes more than 1. And it apparently just made him angry.
Yeah, it takes him... And to change his turn on now, take this time to find his second sword. While he's got the time to check a quick chest on the way. 10 bombs there. He's gonna be blocked here. He might be feeling very, very flummoxed right now. He might be flustered. Will he take this time to check more chests? He is actually gonna take this time to check more chests. No, never mind. He's going straight to the boss. So, fighter sword. So what honestly happened there is the fighter sword doesn't actually deal damage to Vitreous, so it doesn't knock him back, which may or may not have been the cause of, which may or may not have like caused TGH like a bit of like I wouldn't say a short circuit, but it's definitely an odd occurrence that you don't see very often.
Makin picked up his bow in the meantime, and he is on his way to kill the mullahs. Teach gets him that time. Gets a small key for his trouble.
Now on the upside for these runners, this isn't the highest pressure match. Makin all he has to do is win one match in the next 2 Swiss weeks.
And we are on our way up to Ganis Tower. We have a game that we like to play. There are 22 locations in Ganis Tower that may or may not have the big key. We want you guys to guess which location you think it is. Get those guesses in, 1 through 22. We will probably be seeing locations after the big key. We may even see the big key chest if TGH does not get a sword.
It's true.
If you are a subscriber to any of the Speed Gaming channels, or if you have donated 250 bits or more, you can win a place on our illustrious leaderboard. I think Blue XY is still at the top of that with 8. See if anybody can overtake them. Do you have a location you think it's going to be?
I guess it doesn't matter because we're still looking for a sword. I usually just say 22 so we still all thin, but we might be doing that anyway, so 1 to make it interesting.
I'm going to say Bob's chest.
Also, there's no way he skips Super Bunny and Hookshot here. I wonder if Makin's gonna make the same play, or if he's gonna go to the back.
There's
there's the sword. He's done. That's all he needs. He'll take that third sword if he can.
We are now actually in official go mode.
The worst thing that could have happened here, honestly, is the worst case scenario. What would have made this the most legendary seed in all of Randomizer would be sword on pedestal, bombos, and ether tablet. Because then Pennant suddenly is order required out of nowhere. But that's it. But that's not the case here. One day that will happen. I've never heard of it, but oh, you already stopped it. Perfect.
And TG just want to check out the 2 chests over here on the right side. Chest number 1 will have a blue rupee. Chest number 2 has a small key. He's going to continue on to the right side.
Okay, and Makinx is actually doing the same thing that TGH did, which is
Just number 3.
Oh.
Tempered Sword. 450 rupees, 5 arrow upgrade, and 6 on an arrow upgrade.
This is why we say it's no mode, even if you have no swords. This is why most commentators and runners will not consider their sword count. Unless they need tempered, like, as a player to beat the game, you know?
Just number 7.
There are a lot of
your red rupee.
Oh.
Chest number 8, 50 rupees. Chest number 9, small key. Chest number 10 will be another arrow upgrade. Chest number 11, another small key. Now TGH is going to need to pick up some arrows at some point.
Technically has enough. He might have to, like, do partial, he might have to switch it up. There is a pot, if he goes far enough, that has some arrows, if he gets to Armos.
Okay, chest 12 had the map.
Sits is enough to get him through, and there is some arrows in, what is that room? The room with the mimics? That one has some, so Sits should be enough to get him through, as long as he doesn't, like, he won't be able to use silvers in the escape itself. Or sorry, in the escape, in the tower climb itself, outside of the mimic rooms. But
chest number 13, another big 20. We're heading into the rando room over here. Something that you'll never see in an NMG. And there it is. Chest number, was that 14 or 15?
we are going up the tower.
Congratulations to Big City TV. You won our guessing game here. Very good spike crystal room by TGH. He's going to pick up a couple safeties here in the ferry room. And TGH is on track to have a very, very fast time this race. Very good Stalfo skills there. The blue Zigzag's not doing much trouble to him. Let's see how these red ones are handled, and he does fine there as well. Just overall great work in this. This to be expected by TGH. And remembering to pick up the 5 arrows there in the room after Lambo.
Yep, quite a lot of arrow pickups throughout the tower, as long as you know where they are. Not really as much as there should be. The vanilla game's balanced quite much around its drop packs. A lot of enemies drop exactly the item that you would want them to drop, where you'd want them to drop it. Bombs are dropped in areas that you need bombs. Arrows are dropped in dungeons where you need arrows. Health is dropped in dungeons that are hard. Tried to do a interesting dash there, but was a little bit too close to the corner. If you ever wonder why you can't dash as close to an edge as somebody else, try not holding an arrow. That took a very long time for me to figure out. So hopefully that has solved somebody's issue as to why can't I dash across pits like these runners can.
Makin finishing up Eastern Palace, and he's on his way down to Meyer. TJ checking that last chest there. He is going to be on his way to Moldworm 2. And not even going to bother fighting him.
Nope. Yeah, this seems approximately 4 to 6 seconds. I wanna guess a little bit less. And that is a glitch that gets caused, which is more than worth it.
And we are on to Agate 2. Good reflections there. I don't know if that counted as a triple or not, but...
And wow, very good. Is that triple?
That was triple then.
I guess it's time for me to go get some coffee?
And we are on our way to Ganon.
Yeah, he's going to show us exactly how to do this. This is going to be an even faster version of a fight that he is very, very adept at. Oh, he didn't get hugged. Oof. Cool. I wasn't sure about that one. Thought he was going to get hugged, which would have killed him, by the way, if anybody was curious. That would have absolutely killed him on Green Mail. He's probably very ecstatic.
No joke.
By the way, 122, like, being on phase 3 is huge.
Setting up for the double there.
Getting the free double. Oh, getting teleport in a really awkward spot, but he's going to get the double here. More coffee.
And good job by TGH. He is done with this race. And TGH is going to finish with an official Speed Racing TV time of 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 12 seconds. Just, wow, that's fast. And that's what you want to be in a race.
I'm sure we'll be able to bring TGH in here for an interview. And there is Makinx going to be heading there. He'll probably also get the same swords. Although maybe not. He might not get tempered if he goes left. We'll see.
Yeah, Makinx is going to make his way up there as well.
TGH, since you're watching, feel free to come in for an interview if you'd like. Yeah, just FYI, if you enjoyed what you saw from either of these runners, feel free to follow them. Makinx primarily does ALTTP Randomizer, while TGH is a bit more of a variety speedrunner. Does Celeste. He has world records actually in a few games, with Celeste being one of them. The other being Link's Awakening, I believe still has that record. And Makinx is just crazy at this game. I'm not sure if he does anything else. And yeah, if you enjoy Look to the Past Randomizer, make sure that you follow Speed Demon and then Speed Demon 2 through 6, and ALTTP Randomizer, as well as ALTTP Randomizer 2 through 4.
TGH is stepping away from his PC for a second, so he will be with us very quickly. And Makin is on his way into Ganon's Tower here. Looks like it was just Couch Cash on the pedestal, so good thing neither of Rich just went over and checked that.
Hello, TGH. Welcome. Congratulations.
Hello. Thank you. What's going on?
Good game, buddy. Good game.
Thanks.
Good game. How does it feel to know that you do not have to worry about the Swiss rounds anymore? Still have to play them, but at this point.
Is that what that means? Wait, what?
Yeah.
5-0.
I'm not 5-0. I'm 4-1.
What?
Yeah, I'm 4-1.
Oh, okay. Well, nope, that's not what that means.
This is okay.
This is an up-down pair? Okay.
I'll explain what happened. So the last, I was matched up with number play last round, because I know some people in chat were asking, so I might as well just clear it up. So I was matched up with Number Play last round, and I forgot to switch scenes in OBS from my BRB screen for the race. It wasn't restreamed, so I did not stream any of the race. In actuality, I ended up winning the race, but I was forced to forfeit because I didn't actually stream any of it. So yeah, so that's
So this was an up-down pair? Are you 4-0 in challenge? And it's just okay. Interesting.
on challenge. Yeah, challenge didn't update for some reason, so
Okay.
it ended up being like that's why I was ended up pairing with Makinx. It was kind of a weird situation.
Well, regardless, that does nothing to take away from like how well this race went for you. 123, very, very nice, especially taking a gamble that a sword would be there at the end of the game. I know it wasn't too much of a gamble, but still.
Yeah, I figured the odds were with me there. Ended up getting 2 swords, which was nice. But yeah, honestly, I don't think that seed could have gone much better for me, decision-making wise. You know, obviously a couple decisions didn't work out, but like I felt like everything was pretty right there.
Yeah, Mackin, you guys are actually going to pod at about the same time, but Mackin had never like peeped at the island. So when he went there, he got bow locked out. He had a potion, and I think was considering potion glitch because he kind of hesitated, which would have gotten him Titans and could have sent him on a really long side track, but luckily didn't. So this won't be that could have been a massive. Well, I guess it wouldn't have because he would have known where the Titans were, but. Yeah, he did get the same swords as you, so we don't know where any other swords are.
Which swords did he get?
The same ones. The
so yeah, I don't know where the last sword was.
Yeah, no, nobody does. Probably in GT statistically, might be in your TR or Ice Palace.
Oh, we cleared most of GT out. It's probably TR. I would guess TR or maybe Ice Palace. One of the pendant dungeons, probably.
Yeah, that was a seed that you never had to go into a pendant dungeon at all for.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, that was the one bit that Mackin double dipped Thieves Town. He went the first time like you did, but then went again later because again didn't know where the book was because he didn't peek at the island.
I see.
So I'd say that was the decider. You peeked at the island, he didn't, and that was pretty much that. I think, and that was the only major change in decisions you guys made. He went to Death Mountain earlier than you did, but Death Mountain was a bust, so...
I figured Macon might have gotten Mirror on what was it? On Bumper Cave, and then just mirrored and gone straight up Death Mountain.
That's literally exactly what he did.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so I decided to differ a bit, and that worked out pretty well, I would say.
I mean, you both did it the same, and Mirror... And Hookshot, yeah, and Hookshot didn't change that much. You both had Hammer going up there, so I don't know if that decision really made any difference other than the order that we saw them in. Just neither he would have had to go there. This scene was very linear now that I think about it. It just kind of strung you along, like here's an item, no pendants.
I was actually really surprised that Bo was in Desert. Like I was thinking, like, you know, I had like besides First Sword, I had Bow and Titans left. I figured I'd get Titans first, so I was really happy and surprised to see the Bow. Titans for Go mode is a breeze. It's really nice because you don't have to go to any of the Titans locked locations to try to find your other Go mode item. So like Titans would have opened up a lot before Bow, and like it would have opened up TR, it would have opened up Ice Palace, all the pendant items to look for the Bow. So it's nice to have it the other way around for a change.
Yeah, exactly. It was nice for the seed to just kind of give everything that you needed. Mackin obviously just cleared a little bit more than you, did things in a different order. That's how that goes. All in all, like a lot of people in chat were like, "Oh, it's not going with Young Sword." I'm like, "There's 3 swords left.
Yeah,
one of them's in GT."
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think either of these runners need their 3rd or 4th sword.
I figured it was really unlikely that a sword wasn't in GT or on Death Mountain anywhere.
Yeah. Like Hookshot Cave was.
I was thinking about checking Fat Fairy at some point, but actually I thought Titans were at Fat Fairy when I found Bow and Desert, because Eastern was the Fat Fairy, or Eastern was the other Fat Fairy besides Desert. So I figured that's why I did. I don't know. I kind of routed really around Pod. Like, yeah, it was kind of it's just kind of like a wild route. But I was thinking, I was almost considering going to do Eastern and then going straight to Fat Fairy, because I was that sure that Titans were going to be there. But luckily, I did Pod first, and Pod had it.
We're seeing Makin. He is on his second phase of the Ganon fight and will be shortly on phase 3 here. So hopefully he'll be joining us here pretty soon.
I have a feeling that this is going to look very weird in Challenge, and that they'll give the win to Makin. Oh no, that would cause him to 5-0. Challenge is bad. Down with Challenge.
I want to make it clear that Mac is probably going to finish around to 137. That is still a fantastic time. He's just made all the right plays and finished with 123. Just an amazing time. Do not take anything away from Mackin with this.
No, seriously, sub 140 nowadays is still a very good time.
Good game to Mackin there.
We should see Mackin in here shortly as well.
And Mackin finished within the official time of 136.48.
Good round, Mackin.
Hey there.
Hey.
Yo.
Yo, GG,
Hi.
dude.
Yeah, GG to you. Nice time.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah. Made a couple mistakes in this one, so when I found that Bow in Desert, I knew I was probably going to be behind. Turned out to be true. Like I missed the book on Lake Holly Island.
That was honestly the only thing that caused you to do a lot of extra thins, and that was
Yeah.
And that was that was like really the only difference. You went to Death Mountain first instead of going back down to Village of Outcasts.
Yeah.
And you double dipped these because again you didn't see Lake Hylia. So that I think was the only difference.
Yeah, I was a little absent-minded in a couple spots. Like it didn't count items in Skullwood, so I went and got that last chest, which had a key. Little things like that. So it all adds up.
Yeah, but either way, it was a very fun run to watch. It's refreshing to see sub 140 second place in a race, especially being it was very hatchback. You guys were just constantly moving. There was no real bit downtime. You got the boots relatively early.
Yeah.
Lots of interesting decisions. It ended up being a great run.
Yeah, it was an okay run, except for missing the island was a critical error in this case. It could have had nothing, but in this case, it was the go mode with the progression item. Everything was stuck behind the book at that point. Yeah,
the only other thing you could have done when you were in pod, you guys actually entered pod at the same time.
Yeah.
One with bow, one without. If you had potion glitched into the bat, gotten Titans, I'm sure you would. Somebody else may have started looking at Titans. I think you've played this enough to know when your sequence broken and you're looking only for one other item, you don't go to those locations locked by that item. But
yeah,
if you're flustered enough, maybe forget that, see Titans and just But that Lake Hylia. I feel like you're gonna check that a little bit more often now, but who knows? Maybe not.
Well,
maybe
yeah.
not.
Well, I normally don't forget Lake Holly Island. It's just the way I routed it. You know, I went to Catfish and then checked Zora, that area. Usually I start the other way around, so that really killed me this time.
There was never really a good time to check Zora in this seed.
No, really, it wasn't. It was all nothing, so it was a waste of time anyway.
You both did it.
Yeah, except for, I guess, Blue Mail was there.
Oh yeah, that was another difference. Matching up Blue Mail, TGH decided to skip it.
Yeah, I knew he was going to skip that if he was going to go there at all. But I thought I would pick that up. I don't think I really needed it in the end, but you know, just a little easier.
Yeah, good game, both of you.
Thank you.
More randomizer.
Thanks.
Starting relatively soon. Again, if you enjoyed what you guys saw from either of the runners, feel free to give them a follow. Don't forget to follow Speed Gaming and ALTTP Randomizer. Do you guys have anything else you want to say about the seed?
Not really. It was pretty nice seed. Other than getting stuff, it was a nice and quick seed.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun seed, fun run to do.
Right. Yeah, and
thank you for the race.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, guys. My name is Zelda TV, and my partner here is Virtue Cat Gaming, and our tracker today is Aizen Teyama. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Have a good one.